Join the conversation by calling in at 476-1045 or tweet into the show at 1045 The Team. It's Big Board Sports with Roger Weiland on 1045 The Team.
Well, we're joined by Audra Bacco, head coach, Columbia Unified basketball team, winners of the bronze medal last week at the Special Olympics in Seattle. Good morning, Coach. We appreciate a few minutes. How are you?
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We're glad to have you, and can you sum up in words what this whole experience has been like for you and your team? It must be awesome.
It is awesome. It's really hard to put into words. Coach Dyer, Coach Austin, and I think it's been an amazing experience with the kids to be able to travel across the country for many of them. Probably first time flying on a plane. A lot of nerves, but we made it across the country. We competed to the best of our abilities, and coming home with a bronze medal or any medal for that matter is just amazing.
Well, you must have played well when you were there, Coach, right? On the whole experience and everything you were trying to accomplish, and then when you got on the court, your team performed.
Yeah, we did a great job. We didn't know really what to expect. Obviously going there and playing other teams from other states, you never really know. You know what you have on your team, you just don't know what other teams have. But I'll tell you what, the kids got to play on a major Division I basketball court at the University of Washington. We didn't win that first game, but after that, we kind of got ourselves together and we played really good basketball in a short period of time to be able to win a medal.
Audra Bacco with us here on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. High school basketball fans know her as head coach at Catholic Central, and I know, Coach, we're interrupting one of your camps over at Catholic, but as the head coach of the Columbia Unified basketball team last week, you bring home bronze from Seattle. What was the experience like off the court with some of these players who you said some of them have maybe never flown on an airplane before, certainly never been to the state of Washington before, and like you said, played on a Division I basketball court for the first time? Were they able to grasp kind of the enormity of this and the maybe once in a lifetime opportunity they had?
Absolutely. When we first got there, getting off, the plane or actually getting on the plane, a lot of nerves were, shaky. But we got there and we got on this train to get to the University of Washington, and we're driving by Seattle Mariners Stadium. We're driving by the Seattle Seahawks Stadium, and we get to a dorm, and they're like, this is a dorm, we're not staying in a hotel, and where are we going to eat? And the cafeteria, and like all these things that people take for granted, I think, we got there, and we became a family, and that's the only way I know how to describe it is kids were homesick. We got through it together. We had some great laughs in the dorm. We met some awesome people from across the country, some other athletes that kids were exchanging phone numbers with. I mean, if we didn't even come home with a medal, the trip would have still been a success for a variety of reasons. And I think that bronze medal was kind of like the icing on the cake at the end.
No question. And I find, too, that they're all so appreciative, right, of everything that you're doing, that your coaches are doing, that their families are doing for you. Everyone is just in a good mood, upbeat, and very appreciative and thankful for everything that they've got right now.
Absolutely. And, I want to thank the East Greenbush community. We raised a good chunk of money. The kids each went with $200 gift cards, so they had some money to spend in case, their families were unable to send them with money. We went out there and we were able to really get a different perspective of each other. The kids were very, very appreciative. I've been getting text messages and phone calls since we got back. They're sad it's over, yet happy to be home with their families, but wish they could do it all over again. Are asking, are there other opportunities in the future to play in Special Olympics events? It's one of those things where as a coach, and I've coached many years of basketball, it's probably the best coaching experience I've ever had.
Yeah, and
despite all the wins in other programs, this has been, I think, a life-changing trip for myself as well.
Coach, what is it that led you to the Unified program? I mean, obviously, you mentioned you've been in coaching for a little while now. What is it that led you to take on this next challenge?
Well, 5 years ago, when the program was started here in the Capital Region, Mike Leonard, the athletic director at Columbia, and the director of special education, Helen Squillaci, who's my boss, basically came to me and said, hey, we have this great opportunity, and we think you would be awesome at doing this. And I was like, wow, I'll do that, And I never really knew what to expect, other than what they had told me what the program was about. And it's been everything and then some. It's been one of the greatest experiences I've ever had, and I hope to be able to continue to do it for a very long time. I
was going to say, this is not the beginning and end, right? You're going to continue to do this year after year?
Absolutely. I hope so. I hope Columbia wants me to keep doing it.
You've got pressure now.
Yeah.
After a bronze.
you got to keep going to get the gold,
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Coach. Well, listen, go back to your camp. We appreciate a few minutes. Just a great job with the Special Olympics in Seattle, and a wonderful experience. We thank you for sharing that with us and our listeners here on Big Board Sports.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.